always loved donuts. My very first job was actually at Dunkin' Donuts when I was 15. I can speak through donuts. Like, I express myself through donuts. I think donuts are very humble, and also they're the underdog of the pastry world. I'm Madame Donut, and I own Donut Dynamite with my husband. We live and work here on Maui. We opened our store about 7 months ago in the town of Wailuku. Frank and I met at school. He was a class ahead of me. He had already gone to the CIA in New York, so he already had his degree in culinary arts, but he decided he wanted to learn more about pastries and wines, so he moved to Napa Valley. I started making donuts not realizing it's trendy, but it is everywhere else. But if you look at what most people are doing, they're just putting some really cool, fun toppings for shock value, if you will. A lot of times I think it's too much, it's overdone. And I found it to be challenging, changing people's minds about donuts. I wanted to change people's view of something that could be so simple and humble and not usually regarded as something regal. And I wanted to make the Cadillac of donuts. So brioche donuts it is. We were looking for a location to open a store. The previous owners of the shop we're at right now, they were leaving the business and they called us. It came complete with the bakery equipment, and it was basically a turnkey operation for us to start. But then reality sets in. Yeah, sure, we were looking, but do we have the money to open a shop? So right around that time, the cooking channel messaged me again on Facebook. Madame Donut, it's our last casting for the season. If you changed your mind, we'd love for you to come and compete. So we went. Lo and behold, it's apparently national TV, not just in Canada, but the US. So while most everybody made the basic cake donut, because it's easy, it's fast, and then made more creative toppings, made their donuts pretty, we made different batters. I worked with pâte choux, we worked with a cake batter, we worked with a yeast dough as well, which didn't actually work out on TV, so we had to redo it. Frank had to do this, like, I'll just make a new batch altogether. I'm like, okay, like, let's do it. And that turned out great. We made different doughs. We made a cornbread donut, which the judges were like, who does that? And so, again, if we weren't going to be able to do what we want or what we normally make, we were there to at least compete and still push ourselves, not to take the easy route, but still prove to everybody that we do something creative each time we put our heart and soul to it. So our workday usually starts somewhere around 10 p.m. to midnight, depending on the day of the week. My husband usually rolls the dough. I would have made the brioche dough at least a day in advance. So that the dough's been rested by the time my husband rolls the dough, around 10 or 11 p.m. After he rolls them, the doughs have to rest for a few minutes before we can cut them. We cut them, we proof them, we fry them, we cool them, we glaze them. By the time all of these are done, usually it would be around 5 o'clock in the morning when we box our donuts to deliver to our accounts in the hotels and other coffee shops locally. And then we finish more donuts for the store. We open our donut shop at 7 a.m. currently. And by then, we really can't produce any more donuts because we need another day to produce more donuts for the afternoon. So I want people to be excited about what we do, and they are. And we're going to continue to do what we do until those faces disappear, but they keep coming.